Citizens of the island are dismayed by the fact that part of the ceiling of the Departmental Hospital collapsed, affecting a patient.
At the Clarence Lynn Bial Hospital, part of the ceiling collapsed in one of the rooms where a patient was receiving medical attention. The manager of the State Social Enterprise Departmental Hospital reported that the patient was not injured as a result of the event, and she also explained the reason for the collapse.
Indeed, on Friday, there was a detachment of a part of the ceiling of a room. An internal pipe of a building that is 18 years old caused a water leak that resulted in the detachment of the ceiling. Fortunately, the sheet did not fall on the patient. However, the patient was immediately moved to another room to begin with the temporary repairs, so to speak. It is known that the entire hydrosanitary system of the hospital needs a major repair, which is already planned as part of an intervention to be made with resources from the departmental government.
The Departmental State Social Enterprise also announced that an intervention plan has been drawn up to improve the electrical system and the infrastructure of the departmental hospital, which has been in existence for 18 years.
The pilot of the aircraft landed in Old Providence with about half a ton of cocaine among humanitarian aid must serve a sentence of 10 years and 9 months in prison.
After more than 9 months, Juan Camilo Cadena Botero was sentenced to more than 10 years in prison after accepting his responsibility in the events that occurred on May 23rd of last year, in which about half a ton of cocaine and 102,752,000 pesos was discovered among boxes of alleged humanitarian aid at the airport El Embrujo in the municipality of Old Providence. The prosecutor's office in the statement issue announced that the defendant reached an agreement with the entity, which was endorsed by a judge of knowledge of San Andres Island, in which he must serve a sentence of 10 years and 9 months in prison as responsible for the crime of aggravated trafficking, manufacturing and carrying of narcotics and money laundering. The evidence obtained by the prosecutor office showed that as pilot, Cadena Botero has full knowledge of what he was transporting and the maneuvers they would be used to bring the 442 kilograms of cocaine and the cash-in boxes of supposed humanitarian aid and mass to Providence. Harold Darío Rivera Toleda, the aircraft assistant, and the National Police Captain Jorge Isaac Aguilar Garcia are also linked to the investigation.
In other news, the Office of Control, Circulation and Residence, OCRE, announced the realization of a new car delivery session.
In search of facilitating the procedures and expediting the delivery of documents for residents and native people, the Office of Control and Circulation, OCRE, will conduct a session of card issuance in order to obtain a duplicate of the document, as announced through a press release issued by the entity. The Office of Control, Circulation and Residence, OCRE, announced a new process of card issuance for duplicates and documents for children under 18 years of age and residents born in Archipelago Department of San Andres, Old Providence and Santa Catalina. As of Tuesday, March 1st, those who need to start the process to obtain a duplicate card, as well as those minors and residents born on the island, may go to the main office of the OCRE located at the 20 de Julio Avenue. The procedure to obtain the card will consist in the first 100 that shows up first from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. from Monday through Friday. The process will begin on March 1st. For more information on the matter, interested parties may contact the office, where they will receive all pertinent information.
Levante la mano quien ya esté al día con su tecnomecánica. ¿Cómo saberlo? Fácil. Revisa la fecha de vencimiento del último certificado y tenla presente. En la vía, abraza la vida y no dejes esta revisión tan importante para lo último. Recuerda que así evitas poner en riesgo tu patrimonio y a tu familia. Una campaña de la Agencia Nacional de Seguridad Vial y el Ministerio de Transporte.
For all young people who want to strengthen their research capabilities, there is an open call that seeks to increase innovation rates in areas of knowledge. We tell you what it is about.
The FCHI project aims at 25 young people, including technicians and technologists, must have completed their basic studies 5 years ago or less, are linked in a project focused on fields of agriculture, tourism, health and environment, and biodiversity. The requirements are as follows: be Colombian, reside in the archipelago of San Andres, be a graduate of an institution of higher education or the SENA, have a technical or technological degree obtained in the last 5 years, have the application of a higher institution of SENA of the archipelago of San Andres, a research group, and a tutor. The applicant institution must guarantee the logistical conditions, and the tutor must be developed on the proposal. The institution that nominates a young person must present and be in charge of his training and accompaniment in the research process. Otherwise, the tutor may have been suggested by the coordination team. In all cases, the institution, the group, the tutor, and the young researchers must have an updated registration in the MinCiencias information system. In addition, the candidate must submit a research and innovation proposal that address problems of the archipelago. The proposal must contain at least personal information, development, title, summary statement, background justification, among others. If you wish to obtain more information about this call, which is carried out by the alliances of the Universidad de la Costa, Infotep, and the departmental government, please write to the following email: jovenesinvestigadoresai.edu.co.
And after the culmination of the ANATO fair, the director of the Chamber of Commerce gave to Teleislas News a summary of the participation of the destination in this very important fair in terms of promotion.
For 3 days in the city of Bogota, the archipelago was able to promote the destination of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina at the ANATO Tourism Showcase, strengthening relationships and attracting new investors to maintain and strengthen the department's economy.
We were coming from a critical year due to the pandemic. Last year was a much smaller fair. This year we had the stand of the 32 departments. There was a very large influx from the first day. We have looked like ants walking everywhere, believe me. The stand of San Andres was very nice. Not because I am from San Andres, but this year it was very nice. It had new things, many screens, videos, very interactive. Now, for the second day, we already had a count of about 5,000 visitors. And for example, the entrepreneurs that this year the Chamber of Commerce took, they were very happy.
In turn, the director of the Chamber of Commerce, Jennifer Yepes, speaks of the participation of the entity on behalf of the department's businessmen.
It is no secret that the island is full and the hotels have been sold out for several months. However, the relationship must be maintained, improved, and we must verify what is being done to improve all those points that are in the satisfaction surveys. I believe that this meeting was beneficial for those who attended in order to validate what other new things can be implemented and effectively increase the number with quality, because we seek to improve our destination.
The director is emphatic that the commercial relationship must be maintained, and at the same time they must focus on improving the quality of the service offered to visitors at the destination.
And at this time, we present the indicators of the COVID-19 situation in the department.
From yesterday, February 27th, the Ministry of Health reported 1 new case of COVID-19, which means that the island treated 10,133 cases since the beginning of the pandemic. According to data from the local health secretariat, there are 3 active cases, 9,946 people recovered, 154 persons deceased, and an ICU occupancy is at 0%.
And during this weekend, several candidates for the House of Representatives for the Archipelago Department increased their campaigns with various activities.
Last Friday, the candidate of the House of Representatives, Elizabeth J. Pang, held her campaign closing accompanied by her supporters.
As my slogan says, this campaign is with facts and honesty. I don't think anyone can point to me and say that I have stolen a peso, but instead I have shown results.
Bernardo Ben, also a candidate to the House of Representatives for the Liberal Party, held this weekend a meeting with his supporters.
Very satisfied. I feel that we have been doing a good job during these months. We are seeing the fruits. We only hope that on March 13th, we can see the fruits of what we have been doing.
The candidate for the House of Representatives for the U Party, Carlos Bryan, took one of the main roles of the department with his followers to talk to the community and also handed out brochures with his campaign proposals. The candidate for the House of Representatives for the coalition of the U Party and Colombia Justa y Libre, Ligia Rojas, held this weekend an event to meet with his supporters in the sector of San Luis.
I am really encouraging in this campaign that we should put together a collective criterion on the factual realities of the archipelago. We cannot defend this archipelago if we become deaf, blind, and mute.
This Sunday morning, a protest was held in the department against the decriminalization of abortion. The event was led by the candidate of the Chamber of the Democratic Center Party, Eliezer Gomez. With prayers and chants, the attendees rejected the decision taken by the Constitutional Court.
We are expressing our disagreement with the decision of the Constitutional Court of 5 magistrates who made the decision to decriminalize abortion, to approve the murder of the most defenseless, who are the unborn children, those who have no voice.